his conference?
I don't know it. We'll find out more in the morning. Obviously, left the game. I did talk to him in between periods, so he's down. But as far as the injury, we won't know until tomorrow.
Don, as you looked at that game through 40 minutes, it appeared you had the better of the chances and were playing pretty well throughout. What did you think of the first 40?
Well, I thought, overall there were pockets of real good. We just need more consistency. We needed more real good. And that, those interruptions in pockets, we got to reduce those, obviously, and that's our quest.
Too many freebies, basically, right? I mean,
we made our own mess on a couple of the goals. Some, blind pass turnovers and overskating some pucks. And like I said, we did it to ourselves. Obviously, you're in this building, and you give a team a break, you get a crowd into it, and we gave a few breaks. We saw what happened in the third, and that's disappointing on a couple of different levels. But
what was the explanation in the first minute? I mean, the four guys all conferred.
Yeah.
They said it didn't hit the glass, or what was the explanation?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what I saw, and I just obviously can review it. The referee closest pointed that it was out of play, and you can see that clear as day that was pointed that way, and it's unfortunate. Somewhere in a conversation that changed, and then what happened after that. 30 seconds or something later, we end up shorthanded, and we could have been on the power play at that point. So that's frustrating, but you got to move on.
It has to be frustrating, too, with the type of goal Cousins scored, with the three of them getting in there, getting in on the forecheck, being relentless, and then scoring the goal to tie it. And then it didn't take all that long for Jersey to get that one back. That had to be a frustrating part for your team.
Unfortunately, the fifth goal was off the linesman in the neutral zone, and that's just, we talk about the fourth goal being that power play that was that scenario, the whole scenario surrounding it. The fifth goal was off the linesman in neutral ice and went right to them. So eventually, a couple seconds later, it's in our net. So, but again, there's obvious you can be frustrated with that. You can hear in my voice there is frustration, but the things you need to focus on are more consistency, and we have to work to that initiative.
How did you deal with the 5D? How did you feel your D dealt with it?
I mean, we didn't win, so that's what's on my mind, Paul. That's it. We didn't win, so.
You've been asked so much this year about having three goalies, and you're standing here now with one. Are you almost shaking your head at what's going on in that area?
It's we talk about it a lot. You play 82 games, and it's a grind, and this is evidence of it. And every team's going to go through situations like this. Happens to be two goalies right now for us, and you got to deal with it, and you got to make the best of it. So, you learn to take it every day, and what you have, you work with, and right now we're in this situation.
And what's your level of concern you may not have Clifton for a game or two?
Well, obviously we don't want to miss him or anybody, but again, you got to play with the hand you're dealt, and unfortunate incident. Obviously, I don't think I know there was no intent to injure a guy or to go after a guy. It just finishing a hit, and it was what it was at that point.
How do you feel UPL handled, obviously getting thrown in there in a weird situation, middle of the game?
Yeah, he's the least of my concern after. I thought he was good. He was adequate. Again, we were good in parts, but not enough parts. And the parts that we weren't good, I felt we gave opportunity away. We didn't. It wasn't earned against us. It was our own doing.